Welcome to the deep dive. Imagine this beautiful, serene place, Baisaran Valley. It's in the Anantnag district, Jammu and Kashmir. Just a stunning landscape, famous for trekking, draws lots of tourists. But today, our deep dive, well, it takes a much more somber turn. We're going to unpack a really tragic event that happened there just recently, actually, April 22nd, 2025 in the afternoon. Our goal here is to really sift through the reports, the summaries we have, and try to understand the specifics of what occurred.
Yeah, and it's a crucial chance, I think, to grasp the details, especially in a region we usually think of as, well, peaceful. The sources we're looking at give a pretty stark, clear narrative. They outline the event, the victims, the immediate fallout. So this isn't just headlines, right? It's about connecting those factual dots, seeing the whole picture.
Exactly. We're here to pull out those really vital pieces of information
Right.
to help you get a thorough understanding of this significant event and, its wider context, pulled straight from the source material. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's unpack this. Right, so the reports paint a chilling picture from that afternoon in Baisaran Valley. You have 4 to 5 armed terrorists initiating an attack. And what really stands out, what the sources highlight, is they opened fire deliberately on a group of unarmed civilians.
Unarmed. That's key.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the reports are specific, too, about the weapons. Assault rifles mentioned, including AK-47s and M4 carbines.
Yeah.
Just a sudden, brutal attack on people who couldn't defend themselves.
And at the human cost. It's just devastating. A total of 9 people killed. The sources give us that heartbreaking breakdown. 5 men, 2 women, and 2 children. And it's so important to stress, as the reports do, every single one was a civilian, non-combatants.
Right.
What's profoundly disturbing, though, according to the eyewitness accounts and the early investigations cited in our sources, is the strong indication that the terrorists deliberately targeted Hindus. The sheer brutality, as the reports convey it, seems to point towards a clear communal motive.
That distinction, civilian and non-combatant, just makes the tragedy even sharper, doesn't it? And after the attack, the response was, immediate. Security forces launched a pretty extensive search operation trying to find those responsible.
Right, they had to act fast.
Exactly. And the Indian government, they issued a very strong condemnation, no hesitation. And you saw this huge outpouring across the country, public outrage, grief. The sources really emphasized this point. It was widely denounced, an act of hate, of terror against peaceful citizens targeted for who they were.
Yeah, and if we step back a bit, what's striking, I think, is how an act like this in a place like Pahalgam, a popular tourist spot, it isn't just random violence, as the sources sort of imply. It feels like a calculated strike, a strike against the region's economy, its image as a safe place.
That's a really important layer to consider.
It forces you to think about the wider implications for areas that depend so much on peace and tourism. I mean, given all these details we've just gone through, what stands out most to you about this particular event?
Well, for me, this incident in Pahalgam, April 22nd, 2025, with that terrible toll, it's just such a stark reminder, isn't it, that these complexities, they exist even in places that seem so tranquil on the surface. This attack, based on what our sources detail, it really makes you ask, what are the less obvious lessons here about security, about community resilience in places like this?
That's a great question. And what's fascinating, connecting this back to the bigger picture, is how the sources seem to consistently underline this need. A need for stronger security, yes, but maybe more adaptive security measures. And beyond just forces and hardware, it really highlights how critical unity is. Unity among different communities, especially when faced with acts designed to divide.
That unity piece feels vital.
It does. And then thinking globally, it reinforces this urgent need for collective action against extremism, not just in one region, but wherever it tries to sow that kind of discord and hatred.
It certainly does. A single devastating event in a place like Baisaran Valley, seemingly so peaceful, it really can serve as this powerful testament, can it?
Yeah.
To the constant vigilance needed. Vigilance to protect civilian life, to foster peace that lasts. It really encourages us, I think, to reflect on just how multifaceted security and unity are in our world today, and how even in places known for beauty, peace can be fragile. It needs constant work, constant protection.